USA's top 25 selling vehicles. 25th position. Honda Pilot. 143,062 units sold. The three-row Honda Pilot SUV will get an all-new generation for the 2023 model year when it arrives on the market. The business has posted a teaser photo of a camouflage trail sport variation on a faraway rocky mountaintop, which leads us to believe that the Pilot will be trying for a more rough vibe this time around. Details are still sketchy, but the photo has been revealed. Although we do not currently have any specific information regarding the powertrains that will be offered, in the past, the midsize crossover has been available with V6 engine options. Since Honda has lately stated that it intends to place a greater emphasis on hybrid powertrains, it is possible that the corporation will incorporate a largely electric arrangement into this vehicle as well. Since the engine in the current model is a V6 with 280 horsepower, it is reasonable to assume that the one that replaces it will have at least the same amount of power. It is even possible that it will receive a version of the TLX's turbocharged V6 engine so that it can compete with more powerful competitors in its class like as the Ford Bronco and the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Although we anticipate that most models will offer all-wheel drive as an available drivetrain configuration, we anticipate that the Honda Pilot will continue to be built on a platform that is based on front-wheel drive. 24th position. Toyota Forerunner. 144,696 units sold. The 2023 Toyota Forerunner isn't like most of the other midsize crossovers and SUVs that line the streets and fill suburban driveways. That's because the Forerunner is more old-school truck than new-age car. It has a pickup truck frame and boasts legitimate off-road chops. In its most capable forms, it has extra underbody armor, an electronic locking rear axle, upgraded suspension components, and knobby tires. Along with rear or four-wheel drive, every model has a 270 horsepower V6 and an automatic transmission. Unfortunately, that powertrain is a relic compared to those powering body-on-frame rivals such as the Ford Bronco and Jeep Wrangler. The Toyota's 4.0-liter engine might be reliable, but it also reliably consumes fuel at an alarming rate. The truck's interior has plenty of passenger and cargo space, but its cabin materials are drab. On regular roads, this truck-based SUV drives like, well, a truck. Its handling feels loose, and its ride is uncouth. The Forerunner can go places many of its classmates can't, but outside of those limited use cases it's undeniably antiquated. Engine, transmission, and performance. Every Forerunner is motivated by a 270 horsepower 4.0-liter V6 paired with a 5-speed automatic transmission. Available with rear-wheel drive and either full or part-time four-wheel drive systems, the outdated powertrain provides unremarkable acceleration, with the last version we tested taking 7.7 seconds to hit 60 miles per hour. The automatic's lethargic responses certainly don't optimize the engine's uneven behavior, and downshifts often require heavy right-foot inputs to spur the Forerunner ahead. Still, the Toyota manages to feel more composed on pavement than the more unwieldy Wrangler. Our time behind the wheel of the off-road-oriented model showed off the SUV's notable ground clearance, and its body-on-frame construction was supported by a soft suspension that absorbed a variety of terrain reasonably well. The Forerunner's steering is lightly weighted and imprecise, and while those traits betray any sense of sportiness, they're fine for crawling along trails and around parking lots. Aged though the Toyota feels in action, its performance is right in the mix with its more modern competitors, including the V6 Dodge Durango. And the Toyota's rugged frame and torque-rich engine give it a leg up in towing. Its 5,000-pound capacity beats the Ford Edge and Wrangler, while falling short of the more powerful Durango's 8,700-pound limit. 23rd position. Ford Escape. 145,415 units sold. The 2022 Escape can continue to appeal to on-road drivers thanks to its soft-road capability and car-like ride and handling, despite Ford introducing the similarly sized Bronco Sport last year, offering small SUV consumers an off-road capable option at their Ford showroom. The Escape, unlike the Bronco Sport, is available with hybrid and plug-in hybrid powertrains in addition to the standard Turbo 3 and optional Turbo 4 engines. The Escape's inside isn't as refined as that of competitors like the Hyundai Tucson, Mazda CX5, or Volkswagen Tiguan, despite providing ample capacity for passengers and goods. Still, if you're ready to spend for a higher trim level, the Escape offers attractive baseline driver assistance technologies and can be fitted with other extra luxury and convenience items. Engine, transmission, and performance. The base engine for the 2022 Escape is a turbocharged 1.5-liter inline-3 that produces 181 horsepower and can be obtained with either front or all-wheel drive. Although slightly grumbly and unrefined, the Turbo 3 gives decent power, propelling our all-wheel drive Escape seat to 60 miles per hour in 7.7 seconds on our test track, a feat also accomplished by the plug-in hybrid model. The attractive option is the 250 horsepower turbocharged 2.0-liter four-cylinder, which achieved a 5.7-second 0 to 60 miles per hour time in the same test. An 8-speed automatic transmission is linked to each of the two gas-powered motors. Ford now offers two Escape hybrids, one of which is a plug-in, with powertrains that comprise of a 2.5-liter four-cylinder and two electric motors, combining for 221 horsepower to take on new competition from the Honda CR-V Hybrid and the Toyota RAV4 Prime. 22nd position. Hyundai Tucson. 150,949 units sold. The 2022 Hyundai Tucson, previewed by the Vision T concept at the 2019 Los Angeles Auto Show, features a striking new look that promises to cause a stir in the compact SUV segment. Both a hybrid and a plug-in hybrid are available, with the former using a turbocharged 1.6-liter four-cylinder paired with an electric motor. The base Tucson is powered by a more conventional 2.5-liter four-cylinder gasoline engine shared with the Sonata family sedan. The Tucson is one of the most fashionable choices in its class, and all versions come with standard equipment that meets or exceeds the norm. The 2019 Tucson competes head-on with several formidable opponents, including the Honda CR-V, Mazda CX5, Toyota RAV4, and the Volkswagen Tiguan, but it has stepped up its game and been named an editor's choice for 2022. Engine, transmission, and performance. The base trim level will include a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine producing 187 horsepower, mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission and available with either front-wheel or all-wheel drive. Both the hybrid and plug-in hybrid will be powered by a turbocharged 1.6-liter four-cylinder, which Hyundai claims is good for a combined 227 horsepower in the former and 261 horsepower in the latter. All-wheel drive is standard with the electrified powertrains, and a 6-speed automatic transmission is available. The non-hybrid Tucson has enough power for brisk city driving and interstate passing, but it's not quite enough for some. In 8.8 seconds, our all-wheel drive limited model reached 60 miles per hour on the test course. The plug-in hybrid and higher-powered hybrid both have the impression of being speedier, but they cannot match the outright speed of a Toyota RAV4 Prime. Our fully outfitted limited hybrid test vehicle reached 60 miles per hour in 7.1 seconds on the test track. The Tucson isn't a sports vehicle, yet it steers well, stops promptly, and rides comfortably. The Tucson's driving behavior stands out for how polished and quiet it is at highway speeds, qualities that lend the SUV a level of elegance that is unusual for its segment. 21st position. Subaru Outback. 154,623 units sold. The 2023 Subaru Outback has a station wagon body with an elevated ride height, making it look rugged and fitting in with SUVs. You won't see Subaru Outbacks in Moab tackling terrain alongside Jeep Wranglers and Ford Broncos, but it can travel further off-road than a standard station wagon. Both naturally aspirated and turbocharged four-cylinder engines are available, and all Outbacks feature all-wheel drive and a CVT as standard equipment, CVT. The Outback offers the lifted station wagon look and capability for thousands less than the Audi A4 Allroad and Volvo V60 Cross Country, two competitors. Engine, transmission, and performance. Two different 2.5-liter flat four-cylinder engines produce 182 and 260 horsepower, respectively, for the Outback. Both are coupled to a CDT that simulates an 8-speed transmission in order to reduce loud engine noise. In keeping with Subaru tradition, with the exception of the rear-drive BRZ Sports Coupe, all Outbacks come equipped with all-wheel drive as standard. In our testing, the basic engine Outback exhibited a lackluster rate of acceleration and a sluggish transmission. The turbocharged model was more faster, although it suffered from the same stubborn transmission. Even yet, the Outback's ride quality and its ability to tackle mild off-roading remain the primary concerns of its buyers. The wagon's 8.7-inch ground clearance and all-wheel drive make it suitable for driving in inclement weather and on muddy, rutted roads, but for the utmost in off-road prowess, opt for the Wilderness model, which also features a higher 9.5-inch ground clearance, a more robust suspension, skid plates to protect its undercarriage, and a drive mode selector with snow and mud modes. The suspension in the Outback delivers a compliant ride, and the steering is responsive and simple to control on the freeway. However, it doesn't have any agility, which may disappoint WRX aficionados who are considering the wagon because of its increased utility. Both the normal and turbocharged versions of the wagon's engine can tow up to 3,500 and 2,700 pounds, respectively. 20th position. Subaru Forester. 154,723 units sold. The Forester SUV is popular because it combines Subaru's rugged reputation with the versatility of a compact crossover, yet, its middling flat-four engine provides lackluster acceleration, which reduces its appeal. The 2022 Subaru Forester has been updated to seem more like a truck, but the interior has remained the same, spacious, well-lit, and packed to the gills with useful compartments and storage bins. The Subaru Forester comes with all-wheel drive as standard equipment, much like their other models. Similar features may be found in key competitors like the Honda CR-V and Toyota RAV4, but those vehicles also feature more potent gasoline and hybrid powertrain options, leaving the Forester seeming underpowered in comparison. Nonetheless, the Forester is a good option for shoppers who are drawn to Subaru vehicles by the brand's reputation for adventure. Engine, transmission, and performance. Every single Forester has the same 182 horsepower, 2.5-liter flat four-cylinder engine that can pull up to 1,500 pounds. The engine power is transferred to Subaru's renowned all-wheel drive system via a CDT. Our 2022 Forester Wilderness test vehicle reached 60 miles per hour in 8.0 seconds on the test track, which isn't exactly exciting performance but should be sufficient for the majority of consumers. The Honda CR-V, Mazda CX5 Turbo, and Kia Sportage Turbo are all good options for those who want more power from their compact SUV. The Forester's handling is respectable for what it is, an SUV with no sporting pretensions. This vehicle has a comfortable and elegant ride, precise steering, and powerful brakes. 19th position. Chevrolet Equinox. 165,323 units sold. Even if the 2022 Chevrolet Equinox is one of the best-selling compact crossovers, that doesn't automatically make it interesting. The Chevrolet, with its roomy interior, advanced technology, and agile driving, is a solid choice. In contrast to rivals, however, it has inferior interior quality and less storage capacity. All Equinox versions are powered by the same turbocharged four-cylinder engine, although all-wheel drive is an extra cost. Those who are loyal to the Bowtie brand and aren't put off by mediocrity may find the 2022 Equinox to be too pricey, especially if they go for one of the higher trim levels. Engine, transmission, and performance. The Equinox's turbo four-cylinder engine is underpowered and frequently struggles for air, failing to impress potential buyers. The optional, and heavier, all-wheel drive system, front-wheel drive is normal, makes the Equinox more difficult to accelerate to highway speeds than it would be with just the base 1.5-liter 4-170 cylinders horsepower. The basic 6-speed automatic transmission changes smoothly, but it is reluctant to downshift when more power is needed in order to conserve gasoline. The Equinox is comfortable and easy to drive, with decent handling and precise, direct steering. The ride quality isn't great, especially when equipped with the optional 19-inch wheels. 17s or 18s are standard, and rougher stretches of road convey some displeasure into the cabin. When properly outfitted, the Chevy can tow up to 3,500 pounds. 18th position. Mazda CX5. 168,383 units sold. The 2023 Mazda CX5 lives up to the company's reputation for sporty driving dynamics, and it does so while providing a near-luxury experience at a reasonable price. The CX5 is one of our favorite compact SUVs because of its comfortable inside and agile handling, especially in its top-tier Grand Touring trim with the available 256 horsepower turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. Even though the base model comes with a less powerful engine, a 155 horsepower 4-cylinder, the CX5 comes standard with all-wheel drive and agile handling that will impress regardless of the engine you choose. The CX5 has some flaws, such as less interior space than competitors like the Honda CR-V and Toyota RAV4. The Mazda CX5 is one of the few compact SUVs that can compete with its flair, and it stands out as a desirable option in a market saturated with sensible alternatives. Engine, transmission, and performance. The CX5's base 4-cylinder engine produces 187 horsepower and has excellent throttle response, making it feel faster than it is while zipping away from stoplights or rushing through town. At higher speeds, when attempting maneuvers like passing or merging onto the freeway, it feels weak. We found that the turbocharged 256 horsepower model had far better acceleration. These powertrains are matched with a quick 6-speed automatic and all-wheel drive. You can enjoy and recognize the CX5's superiority even at low speeds. It's true that its responsive controls and stable handling make for a fantastic Sunday drive. It boasts the ride quality of crossovers costing twice as much and can absorb bumps in the road silently. Competitors can't match the system's seamless balance of dynamics. There is very little road noise, potholes are muffled, and the damping is just right, neither very firm nor too slack. And yet, the Mazda really comes to life on winding roads. All over, the reflexes from the electrically assisted steering are good. When testing the signature model, we were impressed by how well the brakes responded to our foot pressure. 17th position. Tesla Model Y, 172,700 units sold. Although the Tesla Model Y aimed to cash in on the popularity of the Model 3, the all-electric crossover ended up being more of a flop than a hit. The Model 3 accomplishes its goals with dancing handling and an amazing range, but the 2022 Model Y seems half-hearted in its attempt to appeal to SUV buyers. Its handling is less exciting than the 3's, and its cabin, while essentially carried over from the sedan, doesn't do enough to differentiate itself, which only helps to amplify our critique of both its fit and finish and the difficulties that the all-digital environment brings. It's not completely useless, though. Its estimated driving range is good in comparison to competitors like the Ford Mustang Mach-E and the Volkswagen ID.4, and the long-range variant claims up to 330 miles per charge. In addition, the Tesla is one of the few EV SUVs that provide an optional third row of seating. EV motor, power, and performance. There is no longer an entry-level standard range Model Y available. To be honest, the standard range Model Y would not have stood a chance against the long-range or performance models of the same car. With the help of a generous reader of Car and Driver, we were able to test an all-wheel drive long-range, which accelerated from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 4.4 seconds, just 0.4 seconds slower than our long-term Model 3 sedan. Testing revealed that the performance variant accelerated to 60 miles per hour in an even quicker 3.6 seconds. While the Model Y's acceleration is excellent, it doesn't provide nearly as much fun behind the wheel as the Model 3. A greater center of gravity caused by the SUV body reduces the precision of the Model 3's handling, and the Y's ride is noticeably harsher over road irregularities. 16th position. Honda Accord, 202,676 units sold. Because of its roomy cabin, driver-friendly road manners, and outstanding build quality, the Honda Accord is a staff favorite here at Car and Driver. In fact, it has won both our 10 Best and Editor's Choice honors every single year since we've been publishing the magazine. Now it seems like an all-new Accord will be released for the 2023 model year, and from spy photos we can see that it will have a smoother exterior design with thinner headlamps and a full-width rear tail lamp assembly. This information comes from the fact that the 2023 model year will be the first year that the Accord will be manufactured. We anticipate that the hybrid powertrain will play a more prominent role in the Accord portfolio for this new generation, but we do not believe that it will be the only available option. It is highly likely that the present turbocharged gasoline engines ranging from 1.5 to 2.0 liters will also be offered in the new model. We have not yet spotted any interior details, but if the recently redesigned Civic, CR-V, and HR-V models are anything to go by, the Accord should receive a similar dashboard design with a honeycomb pattern and a freestanding rectangular infotainment display sprouting above that. We have not yet seen any interior details. 15th position. Jeep Wrangler, 204,610 units sold. There's nothing quite like driving a 2022 Jeep Wrangler down a remote route, top-down, with the promise of exciting new discoveries around every corner. The renowned off-classic rotor's external design is a nod to the rugged Jeep from World War II, but it's loaded with modern amenities like a touchscreen infotainment system, cruise control, and an 8-speaker audio. High-end packages may come with posh amenities like leather seats, LED mood lighting, built-in navigation, Wi-Fi, and a power-operated soft top. The standard Wrangler comes with 2 doors, but the 4-door unlimited models are the better choice for those who need the extra room for passengers and goods. The Wrangler can be had with a variety of engines, from a plug-in hybrid to a 6.4-liter V8, but all models feature 4-wheel drive as standard equipment. Customers can customize their Wrangler to their own needs with a wide variety of available capability-enhancing add-ons. The Wrangler can go head-to-head with competitors like the Toyota Forerunner and the revived Ford Bronco because to its wide variety of models and amenities and its reputation for overcoming obstacles on the trail. Engine, transmission, and performance. The new JL Wrangler is powered by the same 3.6-liter V6 engine that produced 285 horsepower in the previous generation model, and it is available with either a 6-speed manual or an 8-speed automatic transmission. Low-end power can be increased with the help of an optional turbocharged 4-cylinder engine and electric motor. The Wrangler is offered with a wide variety of engines, including the basic V6 and an optional 4-cylinder hybrid, as well as a 3.6-liter V6 with similar hybrid help, a 3.0-liter diesel V6, a new 375 horsepower plug-in hybrid for XE drivetrain, and a 6.4-liter V8. Part-time 4-wheel drive, activated by a lever on the center console, is standard on all Wrangler models because of their inherent off-road capability. From a stop to 60 miles per hour, we timed a standard 2-door Wrangler Sport with the V6 and the 6-speed manual transmission at 6.1 seconds, and a well-equipped 4-door Sahara with the automatic transmission at 6.8 seconds. The 4-door Sahara was marginally quicker to 60 miles per hour with the 4-cylinder hybrid drivetrain, clocking it at 6.5 seconds. As expected, the Rubicon and High Tide models, which have more robust off-roading equipment, were slower in our tests than the base models. Our test track results demonstrate that the Wrangler JL is noticeably more capable than its predecessor, although it is merely competitive with similar vehicles in other respects. Even though it has better handling than older models, it is still a truck when compared to today's polished SUVs and pickups. The 4-door has an acceptable ride quality over broken pavement, although our test vehicles had varying stopping distances. 14th position. Ford Explorer, 219,871 units sold. The 2022 Ford Explorer is the most family-friendly vehicle in Ford's extensive portfolio of pickups and SUVs. The Explorer's adaptability as a family vehicle is enhanced by its 3-row seating and large load area. The base engine of the Explorer is a turbocharged 2.3-liter 4-cylinder with 300 horsepower, which should be more than enough for most drivers. However, a hybrid powertrain and a 400 horsepower twin-turbo V6 engine are also available. The Kia Telluride, the Hyundai Palisade, and the Jeep Grand Cherokee L are three midsize competitors that offer more refinement than the Ford. Despite the Ford's extensive selection of technological amenities and driver aids, engine, transmission, and performance, the Explorer's 300 horsepower turbocharged 2.3-liter four-cylinder engine is standard in the base, XLT, and limited versions. In the King Ranch, Platinum, and ST trims, a 3.0-liter twin-turbocharged V6 generates 400 horsepower, making them ideal for the most aggressive drivers. When the 2020 model year rolled around, the Explorer family welcomed a hybrid to the fold. It combines the power of a 3.3-liter V6 and an electric motor to produce 318 horsepower. The Explorer can tow up to 5,600 pounds with the right accessories. The Explorer is built on a rear-wheel drive base, however four-wheel drive is available as an option. Every model comes fitted with a 10-speed automatic transmission. The Explorer's ride quality and handling are both pleasant and controlled, but they lack any excitement. The Explorer ST, with its increased power and stiffer suspension, is a genuine performance SUV. 13th position. GMC Sierra, 248,924 units sold. The GMC Sierra 1500, one of the top 3 selling vehicles in America, is a full-size pickup truck that shares its mechanical components with the Chevrolet Silverado in an effort to compete in the luxury sector. You're in good company with its high degree of customization. Bed lengths on the Sierra 1500 range from 5.8 to 8.2 feet, depending on the cab style you choose. You can choose from a 310 horsepower turbo 4-cylinder, a 460 foot torque Duramax turbo diesel, a 355 horsepower 5.3-liter V8, and a 420 horsepower 6.2-liter V8. The Sierra 1500's maximum conventional towing capability of 13,200 pounds places it third among all half-ton pickups. Please be free to pull that 747. Although the Sierra's optional 13.4-inch touchscreen is quite large and stunning, the remainder of the cabin doesn't live up to the luxurious feel of the top-trim Ram 1500's interior. Engine, transmission, and performance. The Sierra can be had with a choice of 4 engines, 2 transmissions, and rear or all-wheel drive. In its most basic configuration, a turbocharged 2.7-liter 4-cylinder generates 310 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an automatic transmission with 8 gears. 2 different V8s are available, the smaller 5.3-liter producing 355 horsepower and the larger 6.2-liter producing 420 horsepower. Power comes from a 460 pound-feet diesel 6-cylinder engine. The 3 powertrain options are linked to a 10-speed automatic transmission. Wheels as large as 22 inches in diameter and adaptive dampers are available for the Sierra 1500. While the high-flying Ford F-150 Raptor offers superior off-road performance, the Sierra has 2 off-road models that provide a similar experience. The At4 model is the most durable of the bunch, with a suspension raise of 2.0 inches and other genuine features. The At4X has the same unique components as the Silverado ZR2, such as high-tech spool valve dampers, electronic locking front and rear differentials, additional skid plates, and aggressive off-road tires on black 18-inch wheels. A steel front bumper with a winch, EV 18-inch wheels, and steel rock sliders are just some of the serious off-road accessories included in the At4X AEV package. Even while the Sierra has a harsher ride than the Ram 1500, it nevertheless manages to handle remarkably well, thanks to its quick steering and limited body roll. 12th position. Toyota Corolla, 248,993 units sold. The 12th generation Toyota Corolla looks far more thrilling than it is to drive, but it boasts remarkable fuel efficiency and a plethora of standard safety equipment in a compact package. The most potent Corolla is powered by a 4-cylinder engine producing just 169 horsepower. The Honda Civic and the Mazda 3 are two further examples of fun and affordable compact automobiles. Differentiating the Corolla from other compacts is its wide variety of models. The Corolla is available in sedan and hatchback body styles, as well as a highly economical front or all-wheel drive hybrid drivetrain. The Corolla is an economical new car for those in need of a dependable people mover, and it has enough room in the back seats for adults. You won't be blown away by the Corolla's handling, but its fuel economy and sleek design are sure to win you over. Engine, transmission, and performance. The front wheels of the Corolla are driven by a 2.0-liter four-cylinder engine producing 169 horsepower (CVT). C and Apex SA cars can get a 6-speed manual transmission as an extra. Even though the drivetrain is standard in hatchbacks, a hybrid option is available for the sedan. Acceleration is subpar even with the most powerful engine, as seen in our tests of the Corolla SA hatchback and Corolla XSE sedan. Both Toyotas performed admirably in urban environments and on highways. Unfortunately, the harsh engine noises caused by the rapid acceleration ruined the otherwise elegant effect. The sedan and hatchback versions of the Corolla both feature a comfortable ride quality and good isolation from all but the harshest bumps. They are more nimble than earlier models because their movements are more under control. Corolla SE and XSE are distinguished from one another by a sport-tuned suspension and larger 18-inch wheels, respectively. Everything else rides on either 15 or 16-inch rims. The Corolla's progressive steering is good enough, but it isn't exceptional in comparison to the athletic and exciting rivals like the Mazda 3 and Volkswagen Golf. Neither body style of the Corolla performed particularly well in our 70 mph to 0 braking test, taking 174 and 183 feet, respectively, but their brake pedals were reliable and felt natural. 11th position. Toyota Tacoma, 252,520 units sold. The 2024 Toyota Tacoma will likely take visual inspirations and updated mechanical components from the recently remodeled Toyota Tundra. The Toyota Tundra is the best-selling full-size pickup in America, but the Toyota Tacoma, a mid-size pickup, is more popular than its domestic competitors, the Chevrolet Colorado and the Ford Ranger. The next generation of Toyota's best-selling pickup truck intends to make the necessary upgrades so that the brand can maintain its leading position in the market. The 2019 Tacoma will ride on an improved coil spring rear suspension, as part of a redesigned body-on-frame chassis. Just like the Tundra, we anticipate it to receive an upgraded power plant, which may take the form of a turbocharged four-cylinder with a hybrid option. Official details are still scarce, but the 2024 Tacoma is expected to feature a more stylish cabin and an updated infotainment system. Engine, transmission, and performance. A refreshed engine is long overdue for the Tacoma. Despite being the only midsize truck to have a manual transmission, a status we hope it retains, the Ram 1500 6-speed automatic transmission is dated and cumbersome in comparison to rivals like the GMC Canyon and Nissan Frontier. The current generation of Toyota Tacoma is powered by a weak four-cylinder base engine and an available V6 that is weaker than every other V6-powered competitor, including the much-maligned Honda Ridgeline. The 2017 Toyota Tacoma is said to come standard with a turbocharged four-cylinder engine, maybe the 2.4-liter unit used in the Lexus NX 350 that produces 275 horsepower and 317 lb-ft of torque. An 8-speed automatic is mated to that power plant. The Tacoma could follow the lead of the new Tundra and feature a hybrid version of its V6 engine. We anticipate that the rear leaf springs on the midsize truck will be replaced with a more modern coil spring configuration that will enhance the ride and handling. The body-on-frame design will remain unchanged. 10th position. Honda Civic, 263,787 units sold. The Honda Civic has evolved from a utilitarian mode of transportation to a stylish and entertaining little hatchback. The Honda Civic comes as a sedan or a hatchback with your option of two different four-cylinder engines, one producing 158 horsepower and the other producing up to 180 horsepower. Standard on even Honda's smallest car are advanced driver aids like adaptive cruise control and lane keeping assist. Despite being a modern vehicle, only the LX trim comes equipped with an infotainment system. The base model's touchscreen is tiny and only used for radio tuning. Even with its base trim, the Civic is a competent compact car that should appeal to a wide range of purchasers. This is why it made it onto our editor's choice shortlist. We recommend the 205 horsepower Civic C or the 306 horsepower Civic Type R if you're looking for something with a bit more kick, both reviewed separately. Engine, transmission, and performance. Both of the Civic's available 4-cylinder engines are lively, but we recommend spending the extra money for the turbocharged model. In other words, the engine is fantastic. Our test Honda Civic Touring was easily towed away from stop signs by this system. Although the standard 6-speed manual transmission is preferable to the optional continuously variable automatic transmission (CVT), the CVT is not a bad alternative and is actually among the best on the market. The Civic is a genuine generalist, as it provides a satisfying mix of luxury and fun for the driver. It is a delight to drive thanks to its quiet cabin, quick steering, and agile handling. The ride in a Civic is comfortable without being either soft or firm. The Civic is a joy to drive because to its responsive, well-weighted, and surprisingly feelsome steering. The sport trims offer quicker steering for those who want an even more sporty experience. The brakes have a strong pedal with a good feel, although they aren't as effective as those of rival vehicles. 9th position. Toyota Highlander, 264,128 units sold. The Highlander offers a lot, but it's only a middle-of-the-road contender in the extremely cutthroat midsize SUV market, which includes more than 24 vehicles. You can pick from 11 different exterior finishes. Front-wheel drive is standard, and all-wheel drive is an option. Hybrid and non-hybrid powertrains are both provided. While all Highlanders handle well and ride smoothly, the driving attitude of the Highlander could use a little kick. The cabin is well appointed even in the most basic L trim, with plenty of standard safety and driver assistance equipment and a wealth of modern comforts. The Platinum and Limited trims look and feel like a Lexus thanks to their leather interiors, high-end JBL sound systems, and other high-tech additions. But the Kia Telluride and Hyundai Palisade both provide greater opulence and third-row space. The Mazda CX5 has a finer cabin and more engaging driving characteristics, and the Jeep Grand Cherokee L has the advantage of the Jeep's off-road prowess. The Highlander, despite being perfectly serviceable, isn't as interesting as the other options. Engine, transmission, and performance. The Highlander is outfitted with a 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engine that produces 265 horsepower, along with an 8-speed automatic transmission and the option of front or all-wheel drive. We can't comment on its performance just yet, but will as soon as we get behind the wheel of this version. Highlander Hybrid has a combined 243 horsepower from its 2.5-liter inline-4 engine and its 2 electric motors. This vehicle offers both front and all-wheel drive, as well as a continuously variable automatic transmission, CVT. This powertrain, which takes advantage of Toyota's hybrid know-how, offers customers a vehicle that is far more fuel-efficient than the base model without sacrificing much in the way of performance. The last hybrid model we tested reached 60 miles per hour in 7.3 seconds on our test track. The ride is comfortable and suited for serving as a family chauffeur, yet the handling lacks any excitement. Perhaps prospective buyers in this market have heard that Ford also offers a hybrid version of the Explorer. When comparing the fuel efficiency of these pickups, though, the Toyota comes out on top. 8th position. Jeep Grand Cherokee, 264,444 units sold. The Jeep Grand Cherokee is the only SUV in the Jeep lineup that successfully marries the rugged off-road capability of the brand with smooth highway manners. Jeep's Grand Cherokee lineup includes everything from the base Laredo to the top-of-the-line Summit trim, so it should be easy to find a model that works for you. Jeep's regular V6 is more than adequate for most purchasers, but for those who want even more power, the brand provides a formidable 360 horsepower V8. The Trailhawk is equipped with a 2-speed transfer case, an electronically controlled limited-slip rear differential, hill descent control, Kevlar-reinforced tires, and an air suspension that raises the vehicle higher off the ground, making it a great choice for those who want to get out and explore. The Grand Cherokee has a spacious interior with seating for 4 adults over 2 rows. The GC feels modern thanks to its touchscreen infotainment system and several connectivity options, but the Jeep's driver assistance tech is largely optional while many of its competitors include it as standard equipment. Is there a demand for seats in the 3rd row? Our in-depth assessment of the Grand Cherokee L is available here. Engine, transmission, and performance. The Grand Cherokee only offers a V6 unless you upgrade to the limited or above trim, at which point you can choose between a V8 or a V6. We favor the standard engine since it provides good pulling power and less vibration transfer to the passenger compartment. It performs an excellent job of propelling the Grand Cherokee around town and on the interstate, and it is a good match for the SUV's heaviness. The Grand Cherokee's utility is increased thanks to its powerful towing capacity, which is 6,200 pounds for V6 vehicles and 7,200 pounds with the V8. This utilitarian vehicle, however, lacks any sporting qualities. Driving over potholed roads causes vibrations to travel through the chassis and into the passenger compartment. Our Trailhawk test vehicle's more refined ride quality suggests that problem is fixed with the optional air suspension. It's easy to turn the wheel and there's a satisfying amount of weight to it. You can take it easy on the open road because the Jeep drives straight. Although the Grand Cherokee's brake pedal is initially soft, it tightens up fast and performs similarly to other vehicles in its class. We also review the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT for those interested in the very pinnacle of GC performance. 7th position. Nissan Rogue, 285,602 units sold. Despite the connotations its name may evoke, the 2022 Nissan Rogue is a very typical compact crossover. The Rogue has good looks, but it isn't very athletic and doesn't have the same engaging driving personality as rivals like the Mazda CX5 or the Volkswagen Tiguan. The Rogue excels in usability and cost-effectiveness because to its roomy cabin, large load hold, and many desirable amenities, including various high-tech infotainment and driver assistance features, that come standard or as options. Want something like the Rogue, but with more seating capacity? The Mitsubishi Outlander, which shares its underpinnings with the Outback, provides essentially the same experience while accommodating 2 additional people. Engine, transmission, and performance. The 2.5-liter normally aspirated 4-cylinder in the Rogue will no longer be available after 2022, and will be replaced with a smaller but more powerful turbocharged 1.5-liter 3-cylinder that produces 201 horsepower. The Rogue, like the previous year's model, has a continuously variable automatic gearbox (CVT) and front-wheel drive as standard features. All-wheel drive is an extra cost. While we were critical of the Rogue's sluggish acceleration in our review of last year's model, we found that the new Turbo 3 made the compact crossover feel more lively during our brief test drive. We'll be sure to update this piece with our findings after we've had a chance to take the Rogue with the new engine out on the test track. 6th position. Toyota Camry, 313,795 units sold. As the globe increasingly favors SUVs over midsize sedans, the Camry has become somewhat of a stalwart in the latter category. Regardless of how the market has evolved over the past 2 decades, the Camry has remained the best-selling passenger car in America every year. It's had a solid track record for dependability, and there's even a hybrid option that gets fantastic gas mileage. The current version of the Camry is nearly fashionable when fitted with the Nightshade package, which, in 2023, will include bronze wheels or the sporty-looking TRD trim. Toyota's midsize car, the Camry, still offers an available 301 horsepower V6, but competitors like the Honda Accord and Hyundai Sonata have switched to 4-cylinder lineups. A capable and easy-to-live-with everyday driver, while being far from fun to drive, thanks to its safety features, frugal engines, and roomy cabin. Engine, transmission, and performance. Standard with a smooth 8-speed automatic and a 4-cylinder engine's lackluster acceleration isn't surprising. The Camry Hybrid is powered by a smaller version of that engine paired with a battery and 2 electric motors, but it provides no more excitement on the road than the standard drivetrain. The XLE, XSE, and TRD variants all feature a silky 301 horsepower V6, but the TRD is the real diamond of the collection. Additionally, we're relieved to report that we no longer despise operating the Camry. It rides smoothly and handles with surprising dexterity. The steering has a lovely feel to it, being heavy while turning but light when driving through tight spaces like parking garages. Even in the hybrid, where it must combine friction and regenerative braking, where the energy from braking is used to recharge the hybrid's battery pack, we found the Camry's brake pedal to be quick and not overly soft. 5th position. Honda CR-V, 361,271 units sold. The 2023 Honda CR-V has a completely redesigned exterior and interior to help it compete in the extremely cutthroat compact SUV market. The redesigned CR-V, which is larger and has more interior room, is expected to maintain its legendary utility. The cabin is both stylish and technologically advanced, with a 9.0-inch touchscreen entertainment system that comes standard with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as other features. As before, all CR-Vs come equipped with a suite of standard driver aids like adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, and lane keeping assist. The base engine is a Turbo 4 producing 190 horsepower, while the hybrid system is good for 204. Front or all-wheel drive can be combined with either. We'll have to wait till we get behind the wheel of a 2023 CR-V to see if Honda's claims that it provides a more engaging and polished driving experience are accurate. Engine, transmission, and performance. The CR-V's 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine sits behind the vehicle's vertical grille and produces 190 horsepower. It can be mated to either front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive and a CVT. The EX and EXL come standard with this configuration. Only the hybrid drivetrain, consisting of a turbocharged 2.0-liter 4-cylinder and 2 electric motors producing a total of 204 horsepower, is available for the Sport and Sport Touring trims. The Sport is available with either front or all-wheel drive, while the Sport Touring comes standard with all-wheel drive. At low speeds, the hill descent control standard on all CR-Vs helps regulate the compact SUV's speed when descending steep or slippery hills. A pair of 18-inch wheels are fitted to most versions, with the Sport getting black ones. Unique black 19-inch wheels are standard on the Sport Touring. All new for 2016, the hybrid vehicles may now tow up to 1,000 pounds. 4th position. Toyota RAV4, 407,739 units sold. The 2022 Toyota RAV4 isn't the most fun compact SUV to drive, but its value is bolstered by its practicality and efficiency, making it an editor's choice pick. The base model is cheap but lacking in features, while the higher trims have several amenities that shoppers in this price range will value. The base model comes with a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine, 8-speed automatic transmission, and front-wheel drive. Although all-wheel drive is an option, even the most off-road ready RAV4 won't be seen next to a Forerunner or Tacoma at the trailhead. Adaptive cruise control is only one of many driver aid systems that come standard on the Toyota RAV4. The upper trims have niceties like heated seats, a JBL sound system, and imitation leather upholstery. We also evaluate the RAV4 Hybrid for those who desire even greater fuel economy. Engine, transmission, and performance. The 2022 RAV4 is powered by a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine producing 203 horsepower and mated to an 8-speed automated gearbox. While front-wheel drive is still the default, depending on the trim level, Toyota now provides a selection of all-wheel drive setups. Our test vehicle, an adventure trim, included an all-wheel drive setup with a rear axle disconnect feature that helps save gas. At the test track, the RAV4 bested its predecessor, with a 0 to 60 mph timing of 8.0 seconds for the 2019 model year compared to 8.3 seconds for the 2018 model year. The reliable four-cylinder engine may be loud, especially when trying to pass on the highway, and the test vehicle's transmission hesitated when asked to downshift. The RAV4 Hybrid, which we examined separately, clocked in at a blistering 7.4 seconds to 60 mph. While the RAV4 is confident while cruising on the highway and capable when thrown into a curvy part of road, it fails to instill the same level of confidence as our class favorite, the Mazda CX5. Third position. Chevrolet Silverado, 519,774 units sold. The full-size Chevy Silverado 1500 understands Monday through Sunday as truck stuff. The Silverado has a broad variety of engines, including a 310 horsepower turbo four-cylinder, 2 V8s, and a 495 pound-foot torque Duramax turbo diesel. Short bursts of Corvette cosplay are possible thanks to the Silverado's 6.2-liter V8 with 420 horsepower, sharp steering, and good brake pedal feel. Nevertheless, the truck's often bumpy ride quickly dispels such fantasies. Though it's only standard on higher trim levels, the massive infotainment screen helps compensate for the boring design and subpar materials inside. Maximum towing capability for the Silverado is 13,300 pounds, placing it ahead of the GMC Sierra 1500 and Ram 1500 but behind the Ford F-150. In a nutshell, this is a fiercely competitive pickup game. Engine, transmission, and performance. There's a Silverado 1500 for any task or adventure, thanks to its variety of engines, a turbocharged four-cylinder, 2 V8s, and a Duramax diesel 3.0-liter inline-six. Our 5.4-second 0 to 60 mph time in the Silverado High Country was achieved with the 6.2-liter 8-cylinder engine, which produces 420 horsepower and 460 lb-ft of torque. The 5.3-liter, 355 horsepower engine took 6.1 seconds. The 420 lb-ft of torque comes from the turbocharged 2.7-liter four-cylinder engine. Although the Silverado with the diesel engine we tried was the slowest to get up to speed, we were very surprised with how quietly and smoothly it drove. The 3.0L inline-six turbocharged Duramax now produces 305 horsepower and 495 lb-ft of torque. Every Silverado we've driven has had an intimate interior despite its massive dimensions. The truck is surprisingly nimble, and the brake pedal gives you solid, reassuring feedback. The Trail Boss trim level of the Silverado is a great choice for those who want a half-ton truck with more rugged looks and performance. It has a 2-inch raise, massive tires, and other modifications that make exploring off the beaten route fun and easy. Our focus this time is on the new ZR2, our most serious off-roader review to date. Second position. Ram pickup, 569,388 units sold. The 2022 Ram 1500 has more abilities than most half-ton trucks thanks to its superior interior quality. Even though the base versions lack the luxurious interiors and high-end equipment of the higher trims, they nonetheless provide a more comfortable ride than the competition because to their more advanced suspension and the option to add air springs for additional softness. The Ram 1500 may be equipped with a multitude of convenient features, including a split-folding tailgate, a split-folding cargo bed, and a large 12.0-inch touchscreen. Both the standard Hemi V8, 395 horsepower, and the optional hybrid diesel 6-cylinder, 480 pound-feet of torque, are mated to a smooth automatic transmission and power the vehicle. The most powerful setup can pull 12,750 pounds. The Ram 1500 is easily identifiable as a truck because to its many features, but its ability to be mistaken for a luxury car is what makes it stand out and gets it the editor's choice. Engine, transmission, and performance. There are V6 and V8 gasoline engines available across its numerous model levels, each paired with a silky smooth 8-speed automatic transmission. The 48-volt hybrid system aids both engines, but the 5.7-liter Hemi V8 can be ordered without the electric assistance if desired. We've test-driven a couple of cars powered by the latter and like the deep growl and quick response of the engine. Also, we've put miles on Rams equipped with the 3.0-liter EcoDiesel V6 diesel engine, which produces 480 pound-feet of torque, more than the half-ton versions of the Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra offer. The oil-burning six-cylinder may be less powerful than the Hemi, but it's quite refined for a diesel and gets superior gas mileage. The Rebel model is the one to get if you're the type of person who likes to get out and explore, as it has a more robust appearance and genuine off-road potential. The rear suspension of every Ram 1500 is either equipped with basic coil springs or may be upgraded to use optional air springs, making for a far more comfortable ride than in vehicles with the more common leaf spring configuration. All-terrain performance and gas mileage are improved in air-suspended models by adjusting the ride height. It's easy to maneuver and stop with complete confidence thanks to the car's responsive yet light steering and powerful brakes. First position. Ford F-Series, 726,004 units sold. Whenever you hear the word pickup truck, the Ford F-150 is probably the first vehicle that springs to mind. The contemporary version of the perennial bestseller features an aluminum body, turbocharged powertrains, a hybrid option, a spin-off that is all electric and is assessed separately, and all of Ford's top-tier technology. The base XL trim is perfect for those in the market for a work truck because it includes everything necessary and nothing more, but as you progress up the trim levels, you'll find an ever-expanding list of desirable options, along with higher prices. The adventurous Tremor model is available, while the Platinum and Limited trims provide Lincoln-level luxury for their passengers. In comparison to the Ram 1500 and the Chevrolet Silverado, the F-150 has a rougher ride and less responsive handling, but it is still highly capable, extremely customizable, and fiercely competitive. So, it's successful enough to keep drawing repeat customers, which has put it at the top of the rankings year after year. Engine, transmission, and performance. A 290 horsepower 3.3-liter V6, a 400 horsepower 5.0-liter V8, a 325 horsepower twin-turbocharged 2.7-liter V6, a 400 horsepower twin-turbocharged 3.5-liter V6, and a 250 horsepower 3.0-liter diesel V6 are all available for the 2023 F-150. The F-150 has a 10-speed automatic transmission and your choice of two powerful engines. It's a first for the F-150, but you can now have it with a hybrid drivetrain. Ford says its new 400 horsepower hybrid powertrain, which includes a 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6, a 35 kilowatts electric motor, and a 10-speed automatic transmission, can provide up to 700 miles of range per tank and can power an onboard generator to keep the electricity flowing on the construction site or during a power outage. All of the F-150's drivetrain options, including rear-wheel drive, will also be available with four-wheel drive. A hybrid-powered, all-wheel drive Lariat accelerated to 60 miles per hour in under 5.4 seconds on our test course. We found the ride to be comfortable and the handling to be satisfactory, and we especially liked the King Ranch's variable assist steering system, which makes the vehicle feel more nimble at low speeds. The Tremor is touted as having the best off-road performance because to its 33-inch all-terrain tires, improved suspension, locking rear differential, and four-wheel drive transfer case adapted from the formidable F-150 Raptor. The Tremor reached 60 miles per hour in 5.3 seconds on our test track, falling just short of the more powerful Raptor by 0.1 seconds.